Good morning, y'all. Let's think about it. It is Thursday, and I'm on a rant this morning. I am annoyed about the topic of jealousy. Professional, personal jealousy. There's so many different kinds of jealousy and insecurity. And of course, I'm not always so intuitively aware of whenever I deal with it. I think because I have a core group of friends that don't behave that way, and everything's fine, and I don't really worry about everybody else for the most part. I always say, if you're nice to my face, I can probably stand it. I'm not really that concerned about what you're saying about me otherwise. So it's almost never about me. But I have friends, family, co-workers, team members. I have so many people in my life that come to me about various issues they're going through, and I'm just amazed at the topic of jealousy and how rampant it is. Guys, I'd love for you to pipe in here because I see it being a really big problem among women. But I'm sure you guys probably go through something there that I just haven't experienced because I don't know what y'all deal with. I'm guessing maybe back in the days of sports, you probably deal with it. You probably deal with it in professional situation if you're more successful. But I had a friend bring up how people are always talking bad about her, making assumptions, making judgments based on what she has or what they think she has or lucky breaks that she's had in life. And this friend's like, well, I'm just going to do this or that so that they'll stop. And I think most of you can probably agree. Of course, my advice is it's not going to stop them. If they're that kind of person, what are you going to do? If they don't like that you have a fancy house or a nicer house in their mind than they do, what are you going to do? Sell your house and buy a really bad house? Are you going to become homeless? What are you going to do to please them? Because it wouldn't please them. It would just make them happy that you'd fallen on hard times. What are you going to do? Get a second, smaller house? Now you got two houses. Now they really don't like you, that's for sure. So how are you going to please the person that is just bitter? They're just really, to me, petty. I have no use for this kind of conduct. If you have a car and they think your car is nicer than theirs, what are you going to do? You're going to get a different car? Are you going to sell your car? Are you going to get a bicycle? No, you can't do this because guess what? You won't make them happy anyway. You can't make them happy. People that are haters, that's the old saying came up for a reason. The old saying, haters gonna hate, there for a reason. That you're not gonna change them because it's not about you or what you have or what you're doing. I mean, always, be reflective and make sure that these friends of mine that I'm particularly talking about are very nice people, and I know they go out of their way to be nice to people. Make sure you're being nice and inclusive and not doing anything to encourage it. But if you know that you aren't, and it's just about something you have, something you've accomplished, something you just are or were born with, some people are just born beautiful. We know these people that are just stunning, and you can't help but think, man, that would be great. But how do we react to it? Because here's my main thought for this morning is nothing we're going to do is going to fix that person, right? Large black coffee, please. Thank you. We're not going to fix them, right? We're not going to say enough, do enough, be enough, give enough, lose enough to make them happy. It's not. So, me, I'd like to flip it around and say, so what can we do? Because I don't like being unempowered. So what can we do? I'll tell you what we can do. We can worry what we are doing. Number one, yes, how are we treating those people? Are we bending over backwards because we realize they simply have a major insecurity problem? But almost more importantly, stop and think. There's a lot of people that behave this way, right? This is not one isolated event that I've heard about that happened once. This is a lot of people. So a lot of us might be included in that group. So my question is, examine your life. Is there something or someone you're talking about or talking bad about that you're not even stopping to think? We're so busy, all of us, it's easy to go, man, I can't believe that person's jealous of me or my friend, my kid, my boss, my coworker, my teammate. It's not about me. They're so jealous of them. It's like, okay, am I doing that? Is there someone that could say that about me? Because we often don't stop to turn it around because we all know who we can change. We can change ourselves, and that's it. So my main goal today is to get us to look at the fact that we need to change. Who are we talking about? I've had different stores, different businesses over the years, and I was always amazed that thank you. I've always had employees in there, great employees, good people, but I always got amused because they always thought I didn't know what was going on. not in the business, but they always thought that I wouldn't know what they were saying.
5 cents.
Perfect. Okay. I have officially met the mark. I have used my McDonald's card up. That has been a very well used card, and there's my nickel to complete the transaction. So anyway, these people have always been there, and what I was always amazed is I always know. So that person that you are dirt talking, that person that no, I'm good, thank you. So that person that you're not wanting to admit to yourself that you don't like, think about 5 people in your life that you don't really care for. Think about one. Maybe let's be optimistic. Let's think of one person in your life that you don't really care for. Now go back and examine your motive. Is it because this is just a mean, nasty person? Are they hurting other people? Are they grumpy all the time? Or is this someone, look a little deeper, is this someone that has something, some attribute, some possession, some friend, some relationship that you're jealous of? And if so, then that's not a them problem, that's a you problem. Even if they may have a trait or two that aren't ideal, because I'm sure they do, because we ain't perfect. None of us are. But look deeper at the root and ask yourself, is there something there I'm a little bit jealous of? Because if so, I don't need to be listening to my own mind. I don't need to be taking my own counsel, because I'm probably not. Yes, I did have it, Sheila. I did. I just used the last nickel on it. Can you believe it's Christmas? It was so awesome. But that's the real situation, guys, is we've got to look at our own intent. Yeah, maybe they're a little crotchety or whatever, but are you really jealous of them because you feel like she's really pretty, or she's really smart, she gets her grades so easily, or she has a nicer home? How did she deserve that? She married that great guy. She has this cool car. What is it that's really deep down making you not like this person? And sometimes I don't think we like the answer and don't want to think about it. So the one thing I used to always tell employees back when I had the quilt stores and the clothing stores is, whatever you're saying or talking about, please just assume I know. I don't bring it up to you because it's usually not necessary, but please just know that I know so much more than you know. And you're going to look around and think it's this person that always tells me because they're either related or they're my best friend or whatever. It's rarely the person you think. It's usually 6 different people telling me. So that's the truth. People talk, and they. Oh, thanks, Miss Sheila. Good to see you too last week, sweetie. People talk, and so whatever you're saying that you think you're saying in private, it's not. The word's getting out. People are hearing it. The people you're talking about are hearing it. And just examine your motive. We all know we can't fix that person. As I told my friend, what are you going to do? Are you going to sell your house and go homeless? Is that going to make that person happy that's going to hate you? No, they're just going to laugh, be happy. Are you going to get rid of your car? Are you going to get a bike? Are you going to walk? What are you going to do that's going to make the hater not hate? Nothing, except being as loving as you can and building up a little bit of a thicker skin to not be concerned, because you know that what they're saying is not about you, it's about them. Right? We all know that. We've all been around the psychobabble block. We know it's not about us. It's about the person doing the talking. So again, we can't necessarily fix that person. We can be kind and loving, hope they come around. Sometimes it's immaturity. But what we can do is we can dig a little deeper and go, I can't fix them, but let me turn this on its ear and say, is there someone I'm doing this to? Because I guarantee you, the people that I'm thinking of in mind right now that are doing this particular behavior, they would listen to this and think this wasn't about them, right? I mean, that's the way we are. It'd be like, yeah, I can't believe how people are. So what we can do is we can flip it on its ear and say, who out there gets on my nerves, and let me look at my motive and really think about, is it because of something they've done, or is it because something they have? Therefore, I'm making assumptions about every word they say, look on their face, whether they said hi or didn't. Am I making assumptions based on that? So that's what we can do. That's why I titled my little talk today is, what is jealousy making you do? What is it making me do? Because guys, all you got yourself. All you can change is yourself. And really what you got to do is love yourself. You've got to love you the way you are, and at the same time knowing I can be a little bit better today than I was yesterday. I can be a little bit kinder today than I was yesterday. I can talk to someone today that I might have walked by yesterday because I didn't think they needed me to, but maybe they do. Maybe I think that person's got it all. They don't need me. Well, chances are the person who's got it all has a lot of people thinking they don't need me. So they probably don't have as many people as you think. I've known someone, a very successful doctor, who said, it's really hard for me to develop close friends because everyone kind of puts me on a pedestal. And everyone thinks, oh, well, I'm not up to standards of being his friend. And so let's rethink that. Let's assume everyone that we cross paths with today, one day at a time, needs us, and that we can be helpful to them. And if we can do that, then all the better. So you guys have a wonderful Thursday. Love you. So happy that you joined me. If you have something to share, something you've been through, share it for encouragement. That's all this about. I certainly don't have all the answers, and I love to hear from you guys, but I do know this: today is not the day to be jealous. It's to feel good about yourself and give everybody else a little grace today, and assume they're not doing anything out to get you. And yeah, just give them some love. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.